What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. And today, I'm going to be starting a new Python tutorial series. Um, so this is actually my first video um, of the year, and I actually have a few more plans for upcoming videos, but I'll wait until the end to do that, just so new viewers could actually stay and watch for the tutorial. So to get started with Python, um, there's like two main ways you could do this. Either you could go for a actual IDE and code um, in like VS Code or something like that, or even in the terminal with the Python shell or Vim. Um, and if all of that sounds like big words and complicated for you, then just don't do that. But if you guys do understand what that is, if you guys have watched other videos, you guys should probably download Python first. And I'm actually not going to show this because I want to get straight into the tutorial, but I will leave this here. You guys could go watch someone else's video on how to do this, even on how to set up VS Code and that type of stuff. But for now, I'm going to go to this over here. So probably one of the easiest ways to get started is with Google Colab. So right here, you just sign in with your Google account, and this is all on your Google Drive, and you could just code like this. Or you could join this website called Trinket. The only problem is this is in light mode always. You can't change it. Colab is in light mode, but I changed it to dark mode. Um, but yeah, so these are the two main things you could do. So I could run this program and it's not working. Who cares? It would usually show up right here, but I'm not going to get into that. And then over here, we have all this. And you could run it and you'll get the response right here. And since Trinket isn't working, I'm going to go with Google Colab, and you guys can follow along if you guys want to do Google Colab. So you just go here, you sign in, and then you'll be here. You click create new notebook, and this is where you code basically. With Trinket, you just uh, click new Trinket and click Python, and then you'll be sent here, and then you can code all right here. And you run it right here. Or if you're in VS Code, um, I'm sure you'll know how to work it if you have already downloaded it. But I just want to get started really quickly, so here we go. So to get started with Python, first we have to know what Python is. So Python is a general purpose, object oriented, statically typed, weakly typed programming language. Now, what does all that mean? You don't actually have to understand all that to be able to code, but it would be nice to understand that. So as we go on, you'll understand what object oriented is. Um, right now, that's not important. But then it is also general purpose, which means you can really use this for anything. I use it for web development. I used it for data science and statistical analysis. I created some cool little plots with that. Um, and it can be used for so much more. It's not just that, but those are the two main things I believe. You could even build games, but that's kind of a whole different story. So then weakly typed and statically typed, or sorry, no, it's not statically typed. It's dynamically typed. My bad. That's on me. Um, you'll understand that once we get to variables. I'll explain that later on. And it is also interpreted, which means every line of code, or sorry, first it's interpreted, then compiled. So every line of code is read one by one, uh, put into, I think it doesn't go straight to machine code. It goes to some like lower level thing that the computer could understand. Then it's all ran at one time. If that doesn't make sense, it doesn't matter. Plus, I'm bad at explaining that either way. Let's just get started. So to get started, there's this word that we could type out called print. So what print does is it will write stuff to the terminal and in this case, since we don't have a terminal, it's just going to print it out for us. You'll see. Um, so if we add parentheses at the end, in here we could add in what we actually want to write. So let's start off with writing 13, right? Just a number. And if we run it, just give it some time. There it is, 13. So that isn't all that cool. I want to write some words. So let's say hello world. And now let's run that. And as you see, we are going to be getting an error. And the reason is because these words are not regular words. And the interpreter actually doesn't understand what this means. So we have to create what's known as a string. So strings are actual characters that you could output onto a string for a user to see. So strings are created using single quotes or double quotes. I use double quotes because in certain languages it's only double quotes and single quotes are for single characters. But anyway, let's say hello world. Now if we run it, you can see there it is. It says hello world. So what does this mean? This we could really do like so much. Hi, insert paragraph here. I didn't want to type out too much, so that's what I have. Now, what happens if we want to? So actually, as you see, every time we print something new, it creates a new line. Um, so let's say we wanted to create our own new line. So let's do that, right? And as you can see from the syntax highlighting, this is going to be an error because it's not how new lines actually work. So what we want to do for a new line, inside of one singular string, we do a forward slash, I think it, no, backslash, and then an n. So that will create a new line. So here we go, and there, right there, it's working. So by default, every print statement ends with a backslash n. And if we wanted to change that, what we could do, we could have a comma right here. And after our string, we could have end is equal to, and we could set this to any string we want. So if I have it equal to an empty string, and we do print hello, you'll see that this is all printed in on the same line. If you don't understand that little section with this end, it will make a lot more sense as we go on. So I actually don't really want to drag this video out. 10 minutes is just a bare basic to start. I had to go over, where you could code, a little bit how to get started. You understand print statements now, and that's bare basic. You could go ahead, write out a paragraph with print statements, and once you could do that, and it's really easy, really. But mess around with print statements, and in the next video, I'll actually go on to variables and a little bit more complicated stuff. But for now, I actually want to talk about what's going on, what's happening, um, moving forward with this YouTube channel. So yeah, if you guys are just trying to be here for the tutorial, you guys can leave. But for my friends and people who follow this channel, I just want to say, so that web application that I was supposed to be creating, um, I'm still hoping to build it, but the only thing is I don't actually want to be recording the whole time because that adds so much. Like at this point, it'd be, oh, I could only code, in the middle of the day when it's not annoying for other people when I'm recording my videos. Um, and instead, I want to be able to code like whenever I really want to. So I'm going to just continue building that app off screen, but I will continue updating you guys on how it's going, specifically through a new YouTube series that I want to create, which currently it's going to be called Tech Talk, because it's just uh, whatever about tech. I was watching. I forgot what the YouTube channel. I think his YouTube channel is TheoT3.gg. Um, he's a really cool YouTuber, and all he really does is talk without coding a lot. And I honestly find that cool. And also, the Primeagen does that too. So I was like, you know what? I want to do that sort of stuff where I just talk about tech. And yeah, I'll get that started soon, as well as I'll be talking about um, what I'm doing at the time, my projects that I'm creating. Um, I believe that's about it. Oh, also, I moved into a new room, so I have a new setup, and that means I actually the lighting here is terrible. Um, so it's going to be a while until I could actually get out good videos consistently. Plus, also there's school, and I have soccer, and that takes up a lot of time. So videos are going to be slow, but I'm hoping I could get them up faster as soon as I get better lighting, and as soon as the soccer season is over, which give it a month. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I guess that's all. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.